as I've had more distance from porn, obviously, with quitting masturbating, there really is an internal question of what do I want to do with my time? Because you're not defaulting to some automatic behavior by process of elimination just because you felt kind of tired and shit. So you're thinking to yourself, I don't know what to do. I guess I'll masturbate because what the fuck else am I going to do? But if you say, well, actually, let's think a step further, you think about what I actually want to do with my time. Is there something more restful? Is there something that'd be more fulfilling that I actually feel better about? So in the space that's been created because I've stopped masturbating, I've also stopped scrolling and being on social media. It's like social media. I'll scroll and it'll be someone talking to me about some shit that, first of all, I have to decide if I give a fuck about. I don't know the next video that's coming up. And so they start telling me fucking advice that I didn't ask for. And now I'm fucking gauging the salience of whatever the fuck they're telling me. And I'm thinking to myself, is this actually how I'm finna learn about my life? They're telling me shit I didn't even ask about. So it's like, now there's just more shit to think about. So in the space that's been created, from being more intentional with my time, I am, one, reading a pornhua I really like. So for y'all that don't know, pornhua there's a format for Korean webtoons. And this one in particular is a pornographic Korean webtoon. It's a pornhua. It's called Moby Dick, and I'm reading it for the plot. So, to explain myself here. Y'all, I actually appreciate pornhuas. So, it's because, y'all, if you're just masturbating, there's different flavors of porn that you could consume. There's real people, there's hentai, there's fucking pornhua, there's all types of other shit too. There's the hentai that you read. I don't know the name for that one, but and hentai. So, y'all, there's different ways my system reacts to the different pornography I consume. And if it's just real people, I'll mention those videos are very shallow. Surface level, at least experientially, it just becomes, I'm just looking for an actress that's even more sexually attractive, sexual positions that are even more sexy, etc. That's the entire game mentally. But with pornhuas and hentai you can read, there's actually a story. And guys, I probably sound fucking stupid. I don't even care if I sound fucking stupid because it's actually true to me. So, some of the stories that I'm reading are like, oh my god, this is actually so cool. So, out of the pornhua I've read a fucking few actually. So, Moby Dick is actually one that stands out in particular because I can read it because this story is actually about how this guy is trying to navigate these girls that he has sex with them, but he's trying to treat them like people, but he's fighting himself because it's part of his job. And then he sees these women that actually love him and care for him, at least as much as you can make out in a fucking story about sex and everything. But it's like, man, some of these girl situations, like there's this one girl, Dahi, and what happens in the story is she's some rich person's daughter, and this guy is like, I don't really give a fuck about my daughter who has no talent. I want to get her out of my fucking face. So he sends her abroad to play golf because that's just the thing that she's gonna be up to. But basically, the dad doesn't give a shit about his daughter, and so the daughter is in Korea again somehow. And she lives this kind of loveless life. She has sex, but it doesn't fulfill her. She's just kind of bored with life in certain ways because no one's actually shown her anything that is actually meaningful, or there's not love in her life. And then the guy, the main character, comes along, Hoon-sang, and it's like, yeah, they have sex, but besides that, they're actually getting to know each other. This guy who, at first, this girl is obviously totally pushing people out because she's been hurt, and the guy is trying to somehow level with her. And it's not just level with her, it's there's small ways in which he takes care of her and shows her that he actually cares about her. And then they get closer over time, and then eventually she has to marry some guy that she doesn't know. It's an arranged marriage for all the political reasons that are going on in her family. And so Dahi and Hoon-sang spend one night as their basically last night before she has to leave and not see him again. And they're getting closer. You can tell the situation is sort of sad because the guy, Hoon-sang, is realizing that Dahi he won't see her again. And she's going into this thing that she doesn't like the situation, but she's just doing it because she feels like she doesn't have a choice. And on their last date, basically, Hoon-sang doesn't know what to do because he's like, I don't know if I can do anything for you. It just seems out of my power. And he is saying, well, you're the only one that can comfort me like this. You're the only one I feel good around. And this last day where we hang out is enough. Hoon-sang doesn't have to do anything else. And so they're having sex later, and the topic of the marriage is coming up somehow. Maybe Dahi is mentioning it in passing, and then Hoon-sang is thinking about it, and he's like, can I come to your wedding? I just want to see you in your wedding dress. And Dahi starts crying because it's like the reality of her situation is hitting her. And she is crying because she's sad. Obviously, she's doing something that she doesn't want to do. So reading these things, it's like, it's so fucking stupid that I'm talking about this porn and I'm so dead ass. God, but if you read the story, I'm like, man, this is some real, this is a really good story. I think it was something nice for me to consume porn because I think I've always been trying to iron out what kind of relationship I should have with porn and masturbating. And while human porn, when I say that, it sounds like I'm trying to see dogs fuck, Yeah, I mean human, Pornhub as porn. When it's people, bruh, it's shallow in a sense, experientially. To me, and I know that about myself, and when I consume porn, that is showing me something about myself that gives me a tag on what relationship I'd actually like to have. If it's not just shallow, then that's what I'd want. So, in some way, guys, I'm thankful for that. And now that I'm thinking about it, I'm probably going to post this. Because I don't see what's wrong with this. I don't see what's wrong with talking about this. Because I actually feel this way. And, I mean, all this is coming out of me trying to have a healthier relationship with porn anyway. So, sounds like a good thing to me. So I've been learning about myself.